I froze, my shirt halfway over my head, when the door creaked open. There stood Ella, my best friend since freshman year, her eyes widening as they locked onto my bare skin. In that split second, the air thickened with unspoken truths, and I knew our unbreakable bond had just cracked irreparably. My heart pounded like a drum in my chest as I yanked the shirt down, fumbling with the fabric. Ella, what the hell? Knock next time. I snapped, my voice sharper than intended, masking the rush of heat flooding my cheeks. But inside a storm brewed. Why did her gaze linger just a fraction too long? Why did it send a jolt through me that I'd been denying for years? Ella blinked, stepping back as if slapped. Sorry, Elizabeth. I thought you were out. Your mom said. Her words trailed off, her usual confident demeanor cracking under the awkwardness. We had shared everything. Secrets, laughs, late-night confessions, but this accidental intrusion felt like peeling back a layer I wasn't ready to expose. As she turned away, muttering another apology, I wondered if she saw the tattoo on my side, the one symbolizing my hidden desires, or if it was just my imagination projecting my fears. That evening, as I sat alone in my small Boston apartment, the incident replayed in my mind like a broken record. Ella and I had met in college, two ambitious girls navigating the cutthroat world of journalism majors. She was the straight-A student from a conservative family in Texas, always poised, always proper. I was the rebellious one from a liberal New England background, hiding my sexuality behind a facade of casual flings with guys that never felt right. Our friendship was my anchor, but now it felt like a ticking bomb. Why did I care so much? I asked myself, pacing the room. Because deep down, I knew my feelings for her weren't just friendly. They had simmered for months, bubbling up in stolen glances and lingering hugs. But Ella was straight, emphatically so, with her string of boyfriends and talks of future weddings. Coming out to her meant risking everything. What if she recoiled? What if she saw me as a threat, not a friend? The next day at work, the tension hung between us like fog. We were interning at the same news outlet, chasing stories on social issues that mirrored our own hidden battles. About yesterday, Ella started over coffee, her blue eyes avoiding mine. I didn't mean to barge in. Can we just forget it? Forget it. I echoed inwardly, my stomach twisting. How could I forget the way her presence made my skin tingle? But aloud I forced a laugh. Yeah, no big deal. Happens to everyone. Lies. It was a big deal, the catalyst that forced me to confront my denial. As we dove into our assignments, a piece on LGBTQ rights in conservative states, I felt the irony stab at me. Here I was, advocating for others while cowering in my own closet. That night, my phone buzzed with a text from Ella. Movie night? Your place. My fingers hovered over the keyboard. Accept and risk the proximity igniting my suppressed emotions. Decline and signal that something was wrong. I typed yes, cursing my weakness. When she arrived, popcorn in hand, her smile was as radiant as ever. But I saw the subtle shift, her body language more guarded, her laughs a beat too forced. As the film played, a rom-com with straight couples finding love, my mind wandered. Why couldn't life be that simple? Why did society demand I fit into boxes that suffocated me? Ella's family was the epitome of traditional values. Church every Sunday, expectations of grandkids and white picket fences. If she knew about me, would she defend me against their judgment, or join the chorus? Midway through, she paused the movie. Elizabeth, are you okay? You've been distant. Her concern pierced me. Inside I screamed. No, I'm not okay. I'm in love with you and it's tearing me apart. But I swallowed it down. Just stressed about work. I lied again, the weight of deception growing heavier. By the end of the night, as she hugged me goodbye, her scent lingering, I made a decision. I couldn't keep this buried. The accidental walk-in had exposed more than my body. It had bared my soul. But confessing meant potential betrayal, loss, the kind of pain that reshapes you. Was I ready to pay that price? The following week escalated the drama. At a staff meeting, our boss assigned us to co-write an article on the impact of coming out in professional environments. Fate's cruel joke. As we researched, interviewing activists and victims of discrimination, each story mirrored my internal war. One woman shared how her best friend abandoned her after learning she was gay. It felt like losing a limb, she said. I glanced at Ella, wondering if that would be us. During a late-night session at the office, Fueled by coffee and deadlines, the conversation turned personal. What if someone close to you came out? I probed, my voice casual but my pulse racing. Ellas chrak. I'd support them, I guess. But it's complicated with my family. They think it's a choice, a sin. Her words landed like punches. Supportive in theory but in practice? Doubt crept in, fueling my paranoia. That night, alone again, I journaled my thoughts. Why must love be a battleground? Why can't I just be? The societal pressures, whispers in hallways, judgmental stares, the fear of being othered piled on. And family? Mine was accepting on paper, but Dad's subtle comments about settling down with a nice guy stung. Then came the turning point. Ella invited me to her family's weekend barbecue in the suburbs. It'll be fun, she said. Fun. Mingling with her Bible-thumping parents while hiding my truth? But I went, driven by the masochistic need to be near her. At the event, amid grilled burgers and small talk, her mother pulled me aside. You're such a good influence on Ella. She needs a friend like you to keep her on the straight path. The irony burned. Straight path. If only she knew. As the sun set, Ella and I snuck away to the backyard swing. Thanks for coming, she whispered. Our hands brushed, and electricity sparked. In that moment I almost confessed. But her phone rang, her ex-boyfriend wanting to reconcile. She answered, laughing, and the spell broke. Jealousy surged through me like poison. Why him? Why not see what's right in front of you? Driving home, tears blurred my vision. This friendship was a facade, built on my silence. Continuing meant perpetual torment. Ending it meant heartbreak. What choice did I have? The weeks blurred into a haze of avoidance and forced normalcy. I threw myself into work, volunteering for solo assignments to minimize time with Ella. But Boston's streets seemed smaller, our paths inevitably crossing. One afternoon in the newsroom she cornered me. What's going on, Elizabeth? You're ghosting me. Ghosting? The word stung, implying I was the villain. Inside I raged. How can I explain without unraveling everything? I'm just busy, I muttered, avoiding her eyes. But she pressed, her persistence a double-edged sword. Proof she cared, yet amplifying my pain. That evening a mutual friend, Sarah, hosted a party. I debated skipping, but isolation felt worse. Arriving fashionably late, I spotted Ella across the room, laughing with a group, her blonde bob catching the light. She looked effortless, beautiful, untouchable. My chest tightened. As the night wore on, alcohol loosened tongues. Sarah, ever the instigator, suggested truth or dare. When it was my turn, someone dared me to kiss the person I trusted most. Eyes turned to Ella, our friendship notorious. Panic surged. Kiss here. Even platonically, it would shatter me. I laughed it off, choosing truth instead. What's your biggest secret? The question came. Time froze. Reveal my sexuality? Here now? No. I hate pineapple on pizza, I joked, deflecting. But Ella's frown told me she sensed the lie. Later on the balcony she joined me. That was bullshit, Elizabeth. What's really going on? The city lights twinkled below, mocking my turmoil. Tears welled up. I can't tell you. It would change everything. Try me, she urged, her hand on my arm sending shivers. In that vulnerability I cracked. I'm gay, Ella. And I have feelings for you. The words hung heavy, irreversible. Her face paled. Silence stretched, agonizing. Then I don't know what to say. Not rejection, but not acceptance. She pulled away, excusing herself. I stood there, exposed, regretting every syllable. The next day, regret morphed into dread. Would she tell others? Shun me? At work, she was professional but distant. Lunch invites ceased. Conversations stuck to business. Inside, I berated myself, foolish. Selfish. You've ruined the one pure thing in your life. Family pressures compounded the mess. My sister called, sensing my distress. What's wrong, Liz?
Y confida partia-li, umiting ella.
Coming out is hard, but you're strong, she said. Strong? I felt fragile, a glass teetering on the edge. Ella's side wasn't easier. I imagined her internal conflict, loyalty to me versus her upbringing. Her parents' voices echoing. Homosexuality is a phase, a temptation. Would she fight them or conform? A week later, confrontation loomed. She texted. We need to talk. We met at a quiet cafe, the aroma of coffee clashing with the tension. Your confession shocked me, she admitted. I've always seen you as a sister. Sister. The word gutted me. But why does it change things? I challenged, voice trembling. Because I don't know if I can be around you without wondering. Wondering what? If I'd make a move? The implication hurt, revealing her latent biases. The discussion escalated. Society isn't ready, she argued. My family would disown me if they thought. Thought what? That she was influenced? Contaminated? Anger flared. This isn't about you, Ella. It's about me living authentically. But it was about her too, the choice to stand by or abandon. She left unresolved, promising to think. Days turned torturous. Rumors swirled at work. Someone overheard. Whispers of Elizabeth's gay followed me, amplifying isolation. Then betrayal struck. I learned from Sarah that Ella confided in her ex, Mark, seeking advice. Mark, the homophobic jerk who'd once joked about converting lesbians. Why him? Trust shattered. Confronting her at her apartment, fury boiled. You told Mark? Of all people. She defended, tears streaming. I needed perspective. He's known me forever. Perspective? He's bigoted. The argument intensified, words like weapons. You're just like your family. Prejudiced under the surface. That hit home. She recoiled. That's unfair. I'm trying. Trying wasn't enough. I stormed out, the friendship in tatters. Alone, I questioned. Was honesty worth this devastation? The moral dilemma gnawed. Suppress for peace or embrace and face war. Repercussions rippled. My performance at work dipped. Focus eluded me. Ella's too, evident in her haggard appearance. Society's lens magnified our strife. Friends taking sides, judgmental eyes. One night, a call from her mother. What's this about you influencing Ella wrongly? Word spread. Panic set in. Had Ella thrown me under the bus to save face? I denied, but damage done. Family rift threatened hers. Mine offered support, but distance grew. Dad's call. Proud of you, but be careful. Careful. As if love was a minefield. Amid chaos, self-doubt crept. Was my attraction a betrayal of friendship? Should I have stayed silent, preserving the bond at personal cost? Highs and lows alternated. A brief reconciliation attempt via text. Miss you. But pride blocked response. The price of authenticity. Loneliness, but also liberation. As months edged on, the initial shock faded, replaced by simmering resentment. Ella dated Mark again, a safe choice. Seeing them together at an event, jealousy mixed with pity. Was she denying her own truths? Internally, I wrestled. Forgive? Forget? The ethical quandary, loyalty versus self-preservation. Time didn't heal, it festered. 6 months post-confession, Boston felt claustrophobic. I considered transferring jobs, escaping the reminders. But running felt cowardly. Instead, I channeled pain into activism, joining LGBTQ support groups. There, stories of similar heartbreaks validated my struggle. One evening at a rally against discrimination, I spotted Ella in the crowd. Our eyes met. She approached hesitantly. Can we talk? The crowd's chants drowned my hesitation. We found a quiet corner. I've been thinking, she started. About us. About me. Us? The word ignited hope and fear. Your confession made me question everything. Question. Was she? No, don't assume. What do you mean? I pressed, heart racing. She confessed. I felt things too. But I pushed them down. Fear, family, society. Shockwaves hit. Reciprocal feelings? But hidden behind denial. The revelation twisted the narrative. Had her straight facade been a shield? Why not say sooner? I demanded, anger resurfacing. Terrified, she admitted, of losing control, of being wrong. Wrong. Society's label on us. The conversation delved deep. Her internal battles mirrored mine. Nights questioning identity, suppressing attractions. Family expectations loomed largest. Dad would have a heart attack. Mom prays for my normal life. Empathy surged, but so did resentment. You let me suffer alone while you hid? It wasn't easy for me either, she countered. Defensiveness flared into argument. You dropped a bomb, I needed time. Time that cost me dearly. We parted again, unresolved, the air charged with possibilities and pitfalls. Back home, turmoil reigned. If she felt the same, why the hesitation? Moral conflicts arose. Pursue, risking her family's rejection? Or step back, sparing her the pain? Society's role amplified. News of anti-LGBTQ bills in states like hers fueled paranoia. What if we tried only to face hate? Then the ultimate test. Her family's annual gathering. She invited me, as a friend. But undertones suggested more. I went steeling myself. At the event, tension crackled. Her parents' polite smiles hid suspicion. During dinner, politics surfaced. These gay agendas are ruining families, her father boomed. I bit my tongue, but Ella? Silent. Her inaction stung. Later in private. Why didn't you speak up? I can't fight them yet, she whispered. Yet. A sliver of hope. But hope shattered when Mark appeared, uninvited. Ella and I are back together, he announced smugly. Betrayal redux. Was this her choice or pressure? Confrontation ensued in the garden. What's this? I hissed. A mistake, she sobbed. I panicked. After our talk, fear won. Fear. The true antagonist. But her vacillation damaged trust. You can't have both worlds, I declared. Choose. She didn't. I left heartbroken anew. The drive home was a blur of tears and recriminations. Had I pushed too hard? Was love worth this cycle of hurt? Work became sanctuary and battleground. Our article won acclaim, ironically on resilience in adversity. Colleagues noticed our strain. Rumors evolved to pity. Internally, I debated ethics. Is forcing authenticity on others fair? Ella's journey was hers but intertwined with mine. A turning point, therapy. I sought help unpacking layers. Love shouldn't require sacrifice of self, the counselor said. Enlightenment dawned. My worth wasn't tied to her acceptance. Yet longing persisted. A late-night call from Ella. I broke up with Mark. For good. Why? Hope flickered. Because it's not him. It's you. Admission at last. But caution tempered joy. We need to go slow. Slow? After months of agony? Skepticism warred with desire. The Met, tentatively rebuilding. Walks in parks, honest talks. But shadows lingered. Her family's ignorance, societal stares. One date, holding hands discreetly, a passerby's glare reminded us. Not safe everywhere. Internal monologues clashed. Mine worth the risk? Hers. Can I defy upbringing? Progress halted when her mother discovered a text. What's this about Elizabeth? Interrogation followed. Ella faced the storm. I'm exploring my feelings, she confessed partially. Outrage ensued. This is a phase. Think of your future. Threats of disownment. She called me distraught. They want me to cut you off. The ultimatum. Family or me. Classic dilemma. Her choice. Hesitant compliance. I need space, she said. Devastation. Again abandoned for norms. But this time anger turned inward. Why chase someone unwilling to fight? Isolation deepened. Friends urged moving on. Family offered solace. Yet a spark remained. In quiet moments I pondered. Is love truly love if it demands conformity? The narrative shifted when Ella rebelled. A week later she showed at my door, bags packed. I told them everything. I'm staying with you if you'll have me. Shock. Courage at last. But at what cost? Her family's rejection loomed. We embraced, tentative. The beginning of something fraught with challenges. Living together thrust us into uncharted waters. My apartment, once a solitary refuge, buzzed with her presence. Mornings shared over coffee, evenings dissecting days. Intimacy without labels. But undercurrents of doubt swirled. Ella's family fallout weighed heavy. Calls ignored. Messages pleading return to normalcy. They're heartbroken, she confided one night, tears staining pillows. Heartbroken? What of us? They'll come around, I soothed, doubting it. Internally. Why must we pay for their ignorance? Society intruded too. At work, whispers evolved to outright questions. You two together? Coming out professionally meant scrutiny, potential bias in assignments. One editor, conservative, sidelined us from sensitive stories. Conflict of interest, he claimed. Discrimination veiled as policy. We fought back, filing complaints. Victory small but empowering. Yet, the toll stress fractures in our budding relationship. Arguments ignited over trivialities, masking deeper fears. You're pushing me too fast, she'd say.
Fast?
After years of pining? My retort. You're still ashamed. Harsh but true. Her hesitation in public, dropping hands at approaching strangers, stung. Internal conflict raged. Love her but at self-cost? Moral quandary. Compromise identity for harmony? A weekend getaway tested us. Cape Cod's beaches offered escape. Walking shores she opened up. I love you, Elizabeth. But unlearning years of conditioning is hard. Understanding dawned. Her journey paralleled mine, albeit delayed. Patience became key though challenging. Back home, crisis struck. Her father arrived unannounced. Ella, come home. This isn't you. Confrontation in living room. It is me, Dad. I've always known deep down. He turned to me. You corrupted her. Accusations flew. I defended. Love isn't corruption. But words fell on deaf ears. He left, disowning her. Devastation.
Ella crumpled, blaming herself.
Maybe he's right. Doubt infected us. If it's this hard, is it worth it? She whispered. The question haunted. Nights of separate beds, silent treatments. Betrayal felt imminent. Would she revert? Therapy joint sessions helped. Communication is vital, counselor advised. We peeled layers. Her guilt over betraying family. My fear of abandonment. Progress slow but bonds strengthened. Small acts, public handholding, introducing as partners, built confidence. Yet society pushed back. A family event for me. And subtle digs. When will you find a man? Coming out again, exhausting. Ella's support shown. She's with me, she declared boldly. Pride swelled. But highs crashed. News of a hate crime nearby rattled us. What if that's us? Fear paralyzed. Internal debates. Hide for safety or live openly in risk? Decision live. We attended pride events, finding community. Strength in numbers. Work flourished too. Our experiences fueled powerful articles on LGBTQ struggles, garnering attention. Personal growth. I learned forgiveness for her initial rejection for societal flaws.
Ella y Valve, cutting toxic ties.
Family isn't blood, it's choice, she realized. But choices have prices. Holidays alone, friends drifting. Isolation sting. One evening proposal like, let's make this official. No rings but commitment. Joy tempered by realism. Are you sure? No turning back. Sure as ever. Seal with embrace. Yet drama lingered. A call from her mother. Reconciliation attempt? We miss you but change. Ultimatum reversed. Ella's response. Accept us or nothing. Stand taken. Pride in her growth. As relationship deepened, reflections on path. Painful but transformative. Without that initial walk-in, stagnation. Moral awakenings. Truth liberates but scars. Challenges persisted. Career hurdles. Promotions bypassed due to lifestyle. Fight ensued, allying with advocates. Victory. Policy changes. Personal toll. Exhaustion. Is this endless? I wondered. But together bearable. A pivotal moment. Her family's olive branch. Dinner invite tentative. We went armored. Conversations strained but breakthroughs, admissions of ignorance, willingness to learn. Not perfect but start. Healing's price. Vulnerability. Internally worth it? Yes. As story crested, realizations. Love demands sacrifice but rewards resilience. Stability settled, fragile but real. Months into our relationship, routines formed, morning runs, shared dreams. But undercurrents of past traumas surfaced unpredictably. One night, a nightmare jolted Ella awake. I dreamed they took me away. Family's ghost lingered, haunting. Comforting her, I questioned. How deep the wounds? Healing nonlinear. Society's pressures amplified. Media frenzy over celebrity comings out mirrored our micro-battles. See? Progress, I'd say. But backlash reminded. Not everywhere. At a conference we presented on queer journalism. Applause, but hecklers too. Abomination, one shouted. Adrenaline surged. Ella froze, I countered. Love is love. Defiance bonded us. Post-event decompression. Proud of you, she said. Growth evident. But internal monologues persisted. Mine, am I enough? Hers. Did I choose right? A test. Old friend reunion. Mark attended smug. Didn't last, huh? He taunted Ella. Her retort. Lasted longer than us. I'm happy now. Closure. Jealousy's remnants faded. Trust solidified. Family dynamics evolved. My parents embraced her. Hers thawed slowly. Christmas invite accepted warily. At dinner, tensions eased with stories, laughs. Not full acceptance, but tolerance. Price paid. Emotional labor. Worth debating. Career peaks. Book deal on our experiences. Writing cathartic. Exposing vulnerabilities. Public scrutiny intensified. Online trolls. Disgusting. Armor thickened. But support outweighed hate. Messages from struggling youth. You gave me hope. Impacts weight. Responsibility to represent. Personal milestones. Anniversary. Quiet celebration, reflections. From that awkward moment to here, I mused. Crazy. Catalytic, she agreed. Without it, denial perpetual. As narrative closed, awakenings culminated. Love's ethics. Not possession but mutual liberation. Challenges remained. Adoption dreams clashing with laws. Everyday microaggressions. But resilience forged in fire. In end, was the pain justified? Did society force unnecessary suffering? Or did it catalyze necessary change? Was coming out always the right choice, even if it costs friendships and family ties?